You don't feel it at first. The debt doesn't come knocking on day one. It creeps in quietly, like a shadow that never leaves. Each time you skip what you said you'd do, each time you trade progress for comfort, you take a loan from your future. And the collector always comes back. You think indiscipline is freedom. That saying not today means you're in control. But what you don't see is that every time you choose comfort, you sign another page of a contract you didn't know you were writing. The debt grows. Slowly. Silently. You pay for indiscipline with time, with energy, with self-respect. You lose the small moments where greatness could have been born, the morning you could have built momentum, the evening you could have pushed through. But the cost that hurts the most isn't what you see in the mirror. It's what you'll never get to see. The version of you that could have existed. The one who followed through, who stayed consistent, who didn't break his own promises. That version dies a little every time you give in. You think you're escaping effort, but you're only escaping yourself. Indiscipline feels good in the moment. It's warm, it's easy, it whispers, rest, you deserve it. And maybe you do. But comfort, when unearned, is a poison disguised as peace. It makes you weak. Slowly, quietly, without resistance. Days blend into weeks. You start believing this version of you is who you are. You start negotiating with mediocrity. And the worst part? It doesn't feel like failure, it feels normal. That's how indiscipline wins. Not through chaos, but through that comfort. One day, you'll wake up, and the future you, the one who's lived long enough to see the results, will look back and whisper, "You didn't lose because life was unfair. You lost because you avoided the hard things that could have saved you." The debt will be heavy then, not in money, but in regret. Regret for the mornings you hit snooze, for the promises you made and broke, for the strength you could have built but didn't. You'll realize that every act of indiscipline was a withdrawal from your own potential, and now the account is empty. But here's the truth. You can stop paying interest. You can decide, right now, to stop the bleeding. Discipline isn't punishment, it's protection. Every time you choose structure over chaos, you're saving your future self from another debt. You're not supposed to like it, you're supposed to respect it. Because every rep you complete, every meal you resist, every morning you rise when you don't feel like it, those aren't small wins. They're repayments. They're how you rebuild the trust you lost with yourself. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent enough to break the cycle. Start today. Not tomorrow. Today. Because every time you delay, the interest grows. Every time you justify your weakness, it becomes a habit. And every time you surrender, you teach yourself to give up a little faster next time. But every time you show up, you remind your future that it's still worth saving. So, yes, indiscipline feels harmless now. But soon, you'll see what it really is. A quiet thief that steals your potential, one unfulfilled promise at a time. You've been paying this debt for years. Time to close the account. Discipline is not about control, it's about liberation. It's about earning your peace instead of escaping your pain. When you build discipline, you stop running from yourself. You start walking toward who you were meant to become. And one day, not far from now, the future you will look back with gratitude, not regret. Because you made the hard choice when it mattered. The debt of indiscipline is real. But it's not forever. You can start paying it back today. With action, with honesty, with effort. And when that day comes, when you look in the mirror and finally respect the person staring back, you'll realize something powerful. It was never discipline that cost you. It was indiscipline all along.